Hi, so in this video I'm just going to show you how to do a forwards bay park, a nice and simple way of getting your car into the bay, nicely into the lines, and then reversing back out again. So obviously you want to go forwards in, get yourself fairly central, good check ground, and then reverse back out of the bay either to the left or the right, whichever way the examiner's asked you to go. Using full round checks all the time, and then drive nicely back out of the bay and out of the car park. So the best way to achieve this manoeuvre is to drive up to the bay that you want to park in, keeping yourself nice and far away from the bays. If you position yourself too close to the bays, you're just going to make it really tricky to get yourself and get your car into that bay. Now you have two options for this manoeuvre. You can either drive up to your reference point, stop, turn your wheels full lock whilst you're stationary, have a really good look round, and then slowly drive into your bay. Or you can keep the car rolling. So you can roll up to your reference point. Once the car gets to the reference point, keeping the car moving, you can full lock the wheels and go into your bay. Now both of these options have two slightly different reference points. We're still using the same kind of thing, the wing mirror, which I'll show you in a second, just the reference points will be slightly different. So the reference point that I'm going to show you now is for keeping the car rolling, turning as we're moving. So we're driving up towards the bay that we want to park in. I'm going to get my wing mirror to go just past the first line of the bay that I want to park in. I've highlighted that line in red, so once you get to this point, keeping the car moving, you want to full lock your wheels around towards the bay that you want to park in, and then it will take you into that bay. Now before you have actually turned the wheels, make sure you have done a good all-round check to make sure there are no cars around before you turn your wheels to go into the bay. Now the second option is to drive up to the reference point and stop, full lock your wheels, good round check, and then move in. This reference point looks slightly different to the first one. So the wing mirror will be in line roughly with the centre of the bay that you want to park in. So you would drive up to the bay that you want, get this image, get it in line with the centre of the bay, stop, full lock your wheels round towards the bay. Then you have plenty of time to do all-round observations. So this is a good option if you're still struggling with clutch control, keeping the car really, really slow. It gives you time just to make sure you've done all those observations. And then nice and slowly move around into your bay. If you struggle with this reference point, you could alternatively use the far line, which I've highlighted here, and just keep a mental note where that lines up on your wing mirror for you. Everybody can be slightly different, so it's worth just keeping a mental note of where it works for you. So just to briefly recap, drive up to the bay that you want to park in, line up your reference point, check round, turn into your bay, keeping nice and slow. Now once you're in those lines, you will lose the white lines in your large mirror. So I use these little spot mirrors which help me just keep an eye on those white lines when I'm actually parking. And the other side as well, they're absolutely brilliant. And they just enable you to still see the white lines. As you can see in the large mirrors, I cannot see the white lines anymore, but in the small ones I can. So hopefully that is helpful. If anyone has any questions or feels like I've missed anything or wants me to cover anything, please ask away.